So, guys, I know you all might be a little bit confused as far as what's happening and how is it that so many Trump supporters are getting the same message, and not only getting the same message, but there's so many wild messages coming out at the same time. And with those wild messages, uh, they're just able to keep those messages in order. The reason why it's happening is because it's a concerted effort by the right. They know exactly what they're doing. You, you don't believe me? Take a look at this actual coming to Jesus moment by Jesse Waters, where Jesse Waters gives up the entire game, gives it all up. Check this out.
It's not really the same. Dana, we are waging a 21st century information warfare campaign against the left, and they are using tactics from the 1990s. They are holding tiny press conferences, tiny little rallies. They're screaming into the ether on MSNBC. This is what you call top-down command and control. You get your talking points from a newspaper, and you put it on the broadcast network, and then it disappears. What you're seeing on the right is asymmetrical. It's like grassroots guerrilla warfare. Someone says something on social media, Musk retweets it, Rogan podcasts it, Fox broadcasts it, and by the time it reaches everybody, millions of people have seen it. It's free money. And we're actually talking about expressing information. They are suppressing information.
Yeah, so they explain that they're using guerrilla warfare and they're actually just replicating the same message on multiple platforms and amplifying it. And maybe you think that he's just talking. Okay, cool. So check this out. So this is a tweet from Texas Jeep Guy on Twitter, right? And it reads, the richest man in the world is taking time away from running his companies to try to reform Washington and give us our money back for free. If you're against this, you should probably reflect at which point in your life you were brainwashed, right? This is just a random tweet. Now, he has like 150 something thousand followers on Twitter, but this is a tweet, right? Next. Okay, next. So this is something that Elon Musk retweeted from the Treasury Secretary with a sit-down interview, of course, on Fox News, talking about anyone that's actually worried about what Doge and Elon is doing, and more so how the media is fear-mongering. Like, it's not a thing. They shouldn't be concerned. So Elon tweeted this out, but he also tweeted this. So this guy Dan tweets out, he says, I find it hilarious how Elon Musk is basically solving the US government issues as a side quest because it interferes with his quest to go to Mars. And then of course Elon replies saying, we should take a set of actions most likely to maximize the lifespan on a scale of conscious. If it means solving government issues, then that's what we must do. That's the foundational logic to Doge. So he's trying to say Doge is all about making sure that we can actually do something that's for a higher purpose versus, him just stealing information and stealing money, right? Okay. So from that point, yeah, it happened out in the Twitterverse, and then Elon grabs onto it. But then what happens next, right? So Twitterverse, Elon, then comes Rogan, right?
That's fucking amazing. And then this other thing about Elon. Elon's going to steal everybody's money. He has $400 billion. I'm telling you, he's not going to steal your money. I'm telling you, that's not what he's doing. What he's doing.
So again, now goes from the Twitterverse to Elon to Joe Rogan. But what happens next?
Elon Musk had access to all that stuff when he was running PayPal.
Right.
And if you're going to trust anybody with rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse, wouldn't you want it to be a guy who really doesn't need your money?
Right. And also, does anyone actually think that Elon Musk is sitting in the West Wing right now going through people's, tax returns? Give me a break. It's people who are appointed by the president within the agencies to conduct audits, to do their jobs. And people entrust their personal and private information to all kinds of people all the time. The IRS.
So yeah, there you have it. You get people tweeting out random stuff into the ether, and then Elon Musk, he sees it on Twitter, he likes it, he grabs it, he amplifies it, he continues to push that message out, and then you have people grab that message, whether it be Joe Rogan or Charlie Kirk or Ben Shapiro or Nick Fuentes, Aiden Ross, all of them grab that message and they amplify it out. And then that message is then picked up by right-wing media, whether it be Fox News or Breitbart or, any of them. They take that message and they amplify it, and then they push it out to everyone that supports the right wing of the party, whether, you call them MAGA or Republicans or, whatever the case may be. They get that message and then they amplify it, and then they take that message and they put it out in spaces like TikTok, and they say stuff like this.
But Flat, I
Can I say
apologize.
one more
Go ahead.
thing?
Yeah, finish your point for me.
So Elon Musk did do that when he saved taxpayer money by contracting with SpaceX. Did he make money? Yes, he has the right to do that. Does he have the right to change his mind about endorsing a candidate? Yes. As far as conflict of interest, there's conflict of interest all over our government, and there's nothing we can do to change that. Yeah, an oil company donates to the senator's campaign. He votes against banning oil. That's a conflict of interest. So I'm not too concerned about that.
Yeah, I
But
mean, I hear you, friend, but listen, I mean, it's like saying that you're gonna put a butcher in charge of a farm, right? I mean, like there's different conflicts of interest as far as just being someone who may eat bacon, but or versus being someone who makes their living off bacon. And Elon Musk makes his living off bacon, and now he's been put in charge of the farm. There's a huge difference between those two things. So you're right. I mean, there's always some type of conflict, but it seems that there's a glaring conflict in this situation.
would you rather have somebody?
Somebody
Would
else.
you? Would you? Okay,
Somebody
so
else.
if you had a bag with $1 million in it,
Hmm.
and you had to leave it with one of two people, one person makes 150,000 a year. That's what they're worth, and one person is worth 400 billion. Who do you trust not to take your money?
The person makes 150.
Why?
Because the person that makes 150K a year is more often than not a working person that understands the value of a dollar and understands how much that someone would actually have to do to have said money
Say
versus the
that.
greedy billionaire. Like the idea that you guys think that the richest man on earth doesn't want more money is absolutely insane. The only thing better than current money is new money. There is no
But
way.
his money isn't going
It
anywhere.
doesn't
That
matter.
guy with the 150,000 could be fired
It does
tomorrow.
not
He
matter.
could be struggling,
Listen, the
and he
most
sees your bag of a
insane
million
the
dollars.
most insane idea
That's
that
what
you
they've
have,
been doing, though.
Flack,
That's what
the
they've been
most
doing.
insane idea that you have is thinking that the richest man on earth doesn't want more money. It doesn't matter if it's $100 or $100 million or 100.
So for anyone that has wondered, like, how are they doing this? There you have it. And I know this was a long video, but I promise you it was worth the watch because it gave like the entire breakdown. So just so you know, and just in case you ever run across anyone that is spewing these talking points, you know where they came from. You know how to actually combat those talking points. You combat them with direct information. You verify them, you give them facts, but this is what we're dealing with. So we have to make sure that we are doing everything possible to amplify the truth and to amplify our message. Anyway, with that being said, I love you all. Peace.